Hey, Fusion Church. We're trying something new this week where on Tuesdays we're going to be taking a minute to recap the sermon from Sunday. And so today we are talking about Joel Allen's sermon on the fruits of the Spirit in Galatians 5:22 and 23. The fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. These are the things that the Holy Spirit brings into our lives as believers. And one of my favorite things that Joel said on Sunday is that we can try really hard to be these things, but that's probably not going to be fruitful, no pun intended. Because an orange doesn't try to be an orange. It's an orange because it's connected to an orange tree. And so we best embody the fruits of the Spirit when we're connected to the source, when we're connected to God. And so Joel talked a little bit at the end of his message about a few ways we can stay connected to the source. And one of those ways is by meditation. Now, this is not the meditation where you empty your mind. This type of meditation is when you focus yourself and your thoughts on Jesus. I've just recently started incorporating meditation into my prayers the last couple years. And I wanted to share some resources and some tips that have helped me. Because at first this seemed really hard to sit there and meditate. Now, one of my favorite things to do is to pray a psalm. And so I'll read along in Psalms until something jumps out at me. And then I'll stop and I'll meditate on that thing that caught my attention. And I'll pray that through in my head. One of the things that you can use to help you pray is to use what's called a breath prayer. And this helps to focus your attention. And so, for instance, if Psalm 51:10 is what stuck out to you, which says, "Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me," you would break that into bite-sized or breath-sized chunks. And so you would maybe breathe in, and as you breathe in, you'd say, "Create in me a pure heart, O God." And then as you breathe out, you would say, "And renew a steadfast spirit within me." And you would just do that over and over, centering on that verse, centering on God, maybe for 5 minutes, maybe for 10 minutes, maybe even for 20 minutes. You can also just pick one word to focus on. Maybe you get really distracted, and so as you're praying, when you realize you've gotten distracted, you can just pray, "Jesus, Jesus," and bring your attention back towards Him, and then continue on in your prayer. Another way to meditate is called the examine. And this is a practice that's typically done at the end of the day, and it helps you to reflect on your day. It walks you through what happened in your day. Where was God present? Where were you maybe not as much like Jesus as you wish that you were? How God might be working in the day ahead? And so these are just a couple of resources, and I'll drop these in the comments in case you're looking for ideas on where to start. But overall, the thing that's most important is just to stay connected to the tree and to do whatever that works for you. Don't be afraid to experiment, and don't feel like you have to do it all. Try one, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then try a different one or adapt it. In my meditation practices, I learned that sometimes I do better by walking and meditating. And so I'll pace in circles, praying the Psalms, or just focusing on that one word. And it helps my mind not to get distracted. And so do whatever works, and don't be afraid to try new things. And when we're connected to the source, we'll start to see that we start to look more like that fruit: loving, joyful, peaceful, patient, kind, good, faithful, gentle, and full of self-control. I hope that these help this week, and if you try them out, drop a note in the comments or let one of us know. We'd love to hear how it's working for you. We hope you have a wonderful